Go ahead. Here are the tools, lined up and waiting for the task that is coming on Zap-stract Kinetics. They were carefully chosen for the job. In this lineup, we have a filbert brush, a round that has been ruined by an accumulation of paint along its furrow, an old dagger brush, and a weathered fan brush. When about to tackle a painting, you need the right brushes for the job. The two main things to consider are the size of the brush and the shape. Too many times I've seen others use a tiny brush on a large canvas. Not only would working with a tiny brush take forever on a big surface, the strokes are going to be very different than when they are larger. The specifics of the tools always matter. They bring in specific qualities to the work. I paint on small surfaces, so my brushes are rarely large. I use brushes whose shapes have been ruined because they give specific effects you can get with no other brush. That black brush you see there is pure magic. When you make the bristles wet and load it with the right amount of paint, it actually gives you a ring when you use it in a stamping action. The fan brush I'm using is also somewhat ruined, although the characteristics that make a fan brush are not lost. You know, it's impossible to ruin a fan brush because they don't stop having that fan shape. I'm using the fan brush here as a way to create patterns of lines. It is not too apparent right now, but hopefully it would be more obvious when you see it through the backside. I'm angling the brush to fit within the areas I want to get this pattern. You can make a bunch of lines all at once. It's not really about saving time, even though that is a great reason to use a brush that makes multiple lines at once. It's really about getting an effect, and it's an effect you're not exactly going to get any other way. If you try it with a liner and try doing each line one by one, you might get close, but it won't be the same unified effect that you get from the lines made in one stroke. That same fan brush is being used as a flat brush now. I'm just covering things up and not employing the feature of multiple lines. I don't usually dip the same brush in a different container of paint because of contamination, but I am working with gray and I don't mind dipping a light gray into a dark gray, or a dark gray into a light gray. In each gray, my proportions of black and white are not exact, and that itsy bitsy amount of paint I may be adding to the jar is not enough to make any difference. By the way, the colors I use to make gray are Mars Black and Titanium White, in different proportions of either to get the darker and lighter grays. This mixture happens to be my neutral gray. A neutral gray is a gray that does not appear cool or warm when you see it by itself. However, it could change temperature or tone once you place it in an environment of other colors. I like to make the backside black and white when the front has obvious color. The paint skin inside the bag on the left, if you haven't noticed, is going to be the front of the painting after I adhere it. I like comparing the difference of black and white version versus color version when I'm flipping the finished painting. Or sometimes I'll change the color scheme to get widely different results. The backside of the painting is like another version of the same thing.
That's it?
Yeah.
And I sometimes look at it as a second try on something I was not too happy with. It happens that even though I might not have a finished painting on an acrylic skin, I no longer want to touch it, even if it means I can improve on it. This could be because of one of many reasons, like when I'm at a point in the painting where I don't know where to take it and I'm scared to mess up the entire thing. Or when you like what you got but want to try something different. Or when you're simply not interested in working on it anymore. The backside could be a clarification of the front. It could be a different look at the front. It could be nothing more than a repetition. I need to have a backside because it makes the painting complete for me, and that's why my paintings are double-sided. It has more than one side, like a sculpture, and the idea is that neither side is more representative of the painting. Even so, I often look at the front as the chief look of the painting, but there are times when the back is just as exciting as the front, and even when the back is superior. And now I'm fast forwarding, and as you can see, I'm also using other tools instead of brushes. I'm using, this is what's called extrusion, where I'm using a container filled with fluid paint, and I'm extruding the paint out and then brushing it on. I'm at that point in the painting where I keep flipping it and flipping it to see if everything is in its right place. I don't know why, because I don't actually know. Not through that blue film anyway. If you dig Zap-stract kinetics, you can like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon if you want to be alerted to new videos. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.